Sometimes the trip just to get to your destination becomes an event all in itself. As you can see, we are literally meandering our way through solid canyons here on both sides of us. We find ourselves here on Utah 128. Just slightly north of downtown Moab, you'll come to the Colorado River. Hang a right, Utah 128. The drive out here through the canyons, amazing guys, beautiful. This canyon here was carved out by thousands and thousands of years of work from Mother Nature herself. You see, we're meandering right here through, well, the Colorado River Basin. It's located right here on our left side of the road. Occasionally you can see it. It's amazing at the views. Everywhere we look, we come to something that is just awe-inspiring to stop and want to gaze at, but we can't. You see, it's about a 38 to 40 minute trip out here to our ultimate destination. Ultimately, we're going to end up at a crossover of the Colorado River out here, but that's going to be our stopping point as we're going to turn off the highway there. Ultimately, we're going to find ourselves in the community of Dewey, which is nothing left. There's a campground there, of course, the beautiful Colorado River. There are some remnants of an old suspension bridge. We'll talk about that a little bit here shortly. It was built in 1913. There's also a memorial out here for, well, a late 1800s schoolhouse that was in Dewey. Everything is gone. But enough of the talking, enough of the driving. Let's get on to the point of why we're really here. Well, good morning. Another glorious day here in Moab, Utah. Well, not really Moab. We're only 70 miles from Grand Junction, Colorado. But today we're going to hit top of the world. As you can see, it was a beautiful drive out here along the Colorado River basin. So we're just carving through the canyons, following the Colorado River, and there's a historical site right here at the beginning of Top of the World. As you can see back here in the background, there's a bridge here that was built in 1913. Pretty awesome. And then directly opposite me here, there's actually a historical site that was an old school from the late 1800s, early 1900s. So a lot of history in the area as well. Of course, you know, with the trails and everything also, but it's breathtaking out here. But anyways, today, today's adventure on our Moab adventure trip here is going to be top of the world. See you guys later. Okay, I know, it's a top of the world video, but just hear me out for just a minute. I wanted to talk about the Dewey suspension bridge. It was a wooden built suspension bridge, and in 2008, guys, now remember, it took quite a while to build this bridge. It opened in 1916, actually. But in 2008, this absolutely gorgeous, beautiful wooden suspension bridge burnt plumb smooth to the ground because of somebody that accidentally, well, I don't know if accidentally or whatever, they set a fire out here. And it burned at nearly 9 acres, ultimately destroying the wooden suspension bridge here at Dewey. Ever since then, it has been a project to try to rebuild this bridge and return it to its natural glory. Now, Dewey was quite the thriving establishment back in those very, very early 1900 days, and now once they completed the wooden suspension bridge, well, that was the way to cross the river, and the ferry actually closed down. But this was also the site of the Dewey School, which, well, ultimately ended up closing as the establishment just kind of disappeared. And, well, to this day, well, this is all that remains of the Dewey Schoolhouse site. Absolutely nothing. The school withstood the test of time for quite a few many years after it closed, but ultimately it was made out of wood, and, well, it finally just disappeared as everything does. All right, so we're finally going to find ourselves on the road here out of Dewey. We're going to start heading up into the mountains here a little bit. Now, the road is designated as Top of the World Safari Route, but really it's officially the Bureau of Land Management Road 105. Now, you're going to be traveling along here for a couple of miles still, and you will finally arrive at the ultimate destination point to begin the trailhead for Top of the World. So, guys, welcome to the Top of the World Trail. Now, Top of the World is nothing difficult, really, just any kind of off road type vehicle really can do this trail. I mean, you don't have to have a built rig. As you can see here, there are a couple of places where you will climb up some rock ledges and stuff like that. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. There were bypasses around absolutely everything. Now, don't take my word for this, but I really think you could probably almost drive like a stock car up here, really and truly. Now, there were a couple of places, kind of like this one right here. This was really nothing too major, just a step up and everything like that. But, even a bone stock Jeep really would have no problem at all climbing up the top of the world trail here. The terrain, as you can see, is kind of a mix of sand, kind of a gravel mixture, some plate shelf type rock and stuff like that. The drive up here was pretty cool as we were climbing higher and higher into the mountain, whatever you want to call it here. As you're fixing to see right here, when we take a look out behind us, look at the views. Man, I mean, it was incredible. Of course, you're so focused on what's in front of you that you're really not paying attention to it, but I happened to catch a glimpse out of the rearview mirror and I was like, whoa, look at that. But as you can see here, I had just stuck a GoPro up on my buddy Robert's XJ there in front of me just to get some really cool shots of the front suspension working and everything like that. But anyways, like I say, welcome to the Top of the World Trail. And so, after all of that, the moment we have been waiting for this whole entire day, the moment that the rock in front of you is literally going to disappear, welcome to the top of the world. well, that concludes the journey up to the most glorious, godliest spot I think I've ever seen, top of the world. It is absolutely phenomenal up there. I know that all of y'all out there have seen tons of videos on it, but really until you do it yourself, you just can't really take in just how awe-inspiring it really is. It is a beautiful country out here. But anyway, we're gonna get on back down to the bridge where we came in, get all aired up, and we're gonna head on back to camp. Call it an early day for today. Have a nice cookout tonight and sit around the campground there and shoot the breeze and enjoy everything like that and make plans for tomorrow. But that's it, guys. Thanks for coming along with us today. If you wouldn't mind, if you're new to the channel, could you hit that subscribe button down there? It really helps us try to figure out that crazy algorithm called YouTube. All right, in typical Josh fashion, man down, man down. We're gonna have to send Josh to aviation school or something like that. He has crashed the drone again. It looks to be all right though, but every time we go somewhere with Josh, he crashes the drone. Better than landing in the water like he did in Nemo when we were in Tennessee though, so. Looks to be A-okay.